Good morning. This is the end of July at Kiparisona's garden in Greece. Today I'm going to go and take you for a very quick tour of the garden, just for you to get an idea what we have here. It's not a very big garden. It's about, I would say 3,000 square meters. I should know exactly, but I don't. It's the house, and basically in front there's an area, and behind there's another area, and we're like the Japanese here. Like, we don't let a square meter go to waste. We plant every corner we have. We're big fans of container gardening, as I mentioned in other videos, so we can plant many more quantities of plants and flowers than if we had to use the ground to do it. Basically, we grow grapevines. We have about 1,100 of them, for both wine and for fruit and for grappa or tsipuro. We have Koroneiki olive trees that are very good. They make the best olive oil. And they're young. They're about 2-3 years old, so we have to wait for that. Olive trees are not exactly Speedy Gonzales. We grow roses, and we specialize only in aromatic roses, like the roses that are intensely aromatic. And we propagate those, and well, we try to sell them. We try to sell everything, because this is a very expensive hobby, you know. It takes a lot of money to run this thing. What other things do we produce tomatoes, and really amazing tomatoes, because we have the best seeds, heirloom seeds, and we sell the seeds, and we sell the sauce and the paste. We propagate fig trees that make delicious figs. And we also propagate lemon trees. Now, I'm not going to tell you about each plant. Everything is organic. We are not certified, because, you know, to become certified, you have to go through a lot of bureaucratic steps, and I can't be bothered at this point. Maybe one day I will have to do it, but all I can tell you is that everything we produce, I use myself and my family and my friends, and there's not a goddamn pesticide or medicine or spray in this place. Everything is organic, because that's the only way I like to live. And besides, my girlfriend is like a fanatic about this, so since she's a woman, she's powerful and she has her way, so there you go, that's another factor. We have organic chickens, of course, and I would say that chickens are very important. If you have the space, you should definitely have some chickens, because there's nothing like having fresh eggs. They're very good for you. They're full of protein and omega-3, and of course the chickens, but basically it's the eggs we're interested in. They're very delicious, and normally we fry them with sheep butter. If you're not from Greece, you probably don't know what sheep butter is, but it's the most tasty butter you can have, and it is what it says. It's butter from sheep milk, and it has a very special taste to it, and very aromatic, and we use it basically for wait a minute. I'm sorry, but the wind blew the camera off, so I had to pause a minute. So where was I? We're talking about chickens, yes, and the butter. If you can get sheep butter, I would recommend you try it. It's really delicious, and it's great for doing fried eggs, and also for making pasta. All you do is like make white pasta, you know, no sauce, and you just burn this butter a little bit, and you mix your spaghetti with it, and you put some cheese, whatever, Parmesan or Greek cheese. We have amazing cheeses in Greece as well. What other things do we have? I don't know. As I walk around, I'll probably see and remember. So let's go for a quick tour, and then you'll see yourselves. What's. So let's go on a quick tour of the garden, so that you have an idea where we take the videos from. Right in front of us is you can get a glimpse of the sea, and that big mountain behind is Evia, and to the left over there is Skiathos Island and the Sporades Islands, and the sea is about 15-minute drive from here, so it's great. It's very, very near. And so here we have this is the front garden, and we have down there we have an apple tree, a pear tree, peaches, fig tree, apricot, that orange tree that you see to the right. It's an orange trumpet vine, and supposedly this is invasive, and I don't know what. To me, it's one of the most beautiful trees I've ever seen, and the flowers, the clusters, are just amazing. So I love it to the point where this year we started propagating it in pots, and there you go. And to the right there is the front of it's a chicken coop. There's only 5 chickens there. The rooster, who's really the stud, and 5 girls. And in the winter we let them loose everywhere, so that they walk around and clean the grounds and spread manure everywhere, because it's very good fertilizer. And on the ground you see in front here we have roses, plenty of roses, and on the ground we have grapevines. To the right there as like Thompson seedless, that's great for eating. To the left it's crimson, it's also for eating, and it's kind of a red pinkish grape, also seedless. Right in front here it's Muscat de Hambourg for Tsipuro or Grappa, and down there to the left is Merlot, and roses, more roses, roses everywhere. And what you see here is like a grapevine, and as you can see, it's in the pot and it's doing fantastic. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't grow grapevines in pots. Container gardening is the best. Okay, so let's go for a quick tour around. Okay, here is like roses, more roses. This is a vine that goes up. It climbs up on the pergola. It's a great thing. And this is we kept the trunk because I think it's beautiful. And this here is more grapevines, all in pots, as you can see. And they're all doing grape, and they're about 3 years old. They have fruits, and we're waiting for it to mature in the month of August. And there in the middle, behind the well, is a bonsai tree. I mean bonsai, we made it in a bonsai tree, and it's beautiful. It's like an umbrella, and it has a very interesting trunk. Okay, and here's the front of the house, and again, plants everywhere. Roses, lemon trees, there's 2 fig trees back there. They're 1 year old. Roses, roses. More roses. Lucky, let's go. This is Lucky, my dog. We adopted her as a stray. She's adorable and I love her to death. Of course, she sleeps with me. Okay. This is a very interesting trunk that we kept. It reminds me of tequila for some reason, but we like to think it's like a bonsai style. But it reminds me of tequila. I think it looks like we're in Mexico. And around it there's grapevines and some other thing, which I don't know what it is. Along the fence is jasmine. It just finished flowering. It lasts for about a month and it smells unbelievable. On the ground here is more vines. These are babies. These are about, I don't know, 1 or 2 years old. Okay, down there is the swimming pool. It's pretty big. I never go in there because it's always too cold for me. I'm too chicken to get in there. Okay, here's many more roses. They're all aromatic. We only propagate aromatic roses, so the smell here is amazing. You smell flowers everywhere. The little pots are fig trees that we propagate. We just planted these actually yesterday. So if they look miserable, it's because they have a transfer shock. Okay, this is a Merlot. Look at it. It's almost 2 meters tall. It's full of grapes that are going to mature in August sometime. And this is a apricot tree. Actually, no, they're not ready yet. Another vine. And this is like many pots we use to propagate roses and everything that we feel like propagating. This is a camellia. It's finished flowering. This is more fig trees and some orange trumpet vines. There's a pomegranate right there. More fig trees. They've just been planted. They're small, but they're doing great. Here is Pinot Noir, the best red wine there is. And for some reason, it's a very, very capricious grape. And it doesn't grow everywhere very easily. But for some reason, we have a microclimate here. We're the same latitude as Napa Valley in California, but this grape thrives in strange places, that it likes cool environments. And I wouldn't call exactly cool, but at night it gets pretty cool. sometimes. So as you can see, they're full of fruit waiting to ripen. And the front vines, we're letting them grow tall. Normally we wouldn't do that for the vines that we use for winemaking. But we let them grow tall so that we put them on top of the thing here, I don't know how you call it. But we'd like to make a nice canopy and you can walk underneath an arch. Okay. And down there is a guest house. You're more than welcome to come and stay there. Lucky, take your toy and let's go. Okay, so we move on. Some more baby fig trees. This is a view of the back of the house. I love it here. I never go anywhere. I just love it. Okay, in front there's baby olive trees. They're about 3 years old, but they take forever to grow, I think. And we're growing them also in pots. Behind there's grapevines, Merlot for wine, some raspberries right here. More olive trees. This is our mama fig tree. It's donkey's years old. It's very, very old. And it produces the most amazing figs. That's why we're propagating the figs we saw, because all the figs that come out of this tree or the trees from it are just amazingly tasty. And here again is the trumpet vine. As you can see, it's beautiful flowers. I don't care if they're invasive or not. I love them. But we're doing them in pots because I think they would look great as a pot flower. This is a pear tree. Another pear tree. This are benches that when it's not very hot we sit. Now look at this. These are all vines. These are all grapevines, all for wine. I would say 95% of them are Merlot. And as you can see, they're all in pots. This wine guy came last year and he was like scratching his head. He said, well, he couldn't believe we're growing them in pots. But as you can see, they're doing great. They're full of fruit. Here's a nice archway. In the front is grapes. Behind olive trees, orange trumpet, and back there is kiwi. For some reason, we planted it 4 years ago and it hasn't given us any fruit, so I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, we fertilize it more with phosphorus and potassium and all that, but for the moment, nothing. Okay, more vines. Look at the grapes. Okay, this is compost. Great for putting around pots, and it's like a fertilizer. Some baby chickens. They're about, I wouldn't say baby, but they're about about 3 months old. It's very hot today, so. One of them is a rooster. Okay. And here is where most of the chickens are. They have a huge space to run around. They're all bio chickens. They eat bio food. They're free range. But the problem with free range is that their meat can be tough because they exercise, they run around a lot. And this breed, which is Bresse Gauloise, tends to run and even fly. So they develop muscles. So there's a special way you must do to cook them properly. This is an extra chicken space that we're letting things grow. And the olive trees here are very, very, very old. Okay, minimum 50 years old. And they're a different kind. They're like Amphissa is the variety, and they make very nice black olives for the table, and also olive oil. All the little ones, the new ones, olive trees are back there. There are Koroneiki variety, great for olive oil. These are double purpose, actually. Okay. Some corn. I can't wait to eat this. It's if you get it fresh from this, and you just cook it, like boil it and put some fresh butter on it, like it sends you to heaven in no time. It's like so delicious, and it does make a difference when it's fresh. It really does. If you let it sit, it becomes starchy. If you pick it up quick and eat it quick, it's sugary. It's like sweet, delicious. And here we're drowning in tomatoes. We have great tomatoes. We sell the seeds, but it's hard to sell the what you call it, the paste and the sauce, because we can't be bothered with going to the post office or something like that. But a lot of people ask for it because once you had these tomatoes, there's no going back. Ooh. Some are getting ready. Well, it's end of June right now, so I think from next week we're going to be eating tomatoes non-stop. This is chicken thing. Okay. This is, again, vines in pots, and it's a flower bed. We made it with cement blocks, and then we can use the little squares to plant flowers or whatever. And in the middle is both vines and tomato plants, because tomato plants are everywhere. I don't know why. This year we planted them, but we had tons springing around. And look how healthy the vines look. The color fruit. Yeah. Tomatoes, my God. This is rosemary. And this is spearmint. One of my favorites. I mean, it's, of course, it's in the family of mint, but we use spearmint extensively in Greek cuisine, and we put it in many, many dishes. And one that is my favorite, it's like fried meatballs, and you just stick tons of these leaves in there, and it gives it a great flavor. Here are some potatoes, but I'm not very interested in that. Okay, more. This is storage. This is also a very interesting olive tree that produces great olives. More vines. More spearmint. It's beginning to flower, as you can see. Purple flowers. And this is a wild oregano. Well, it was a wild, now it's tame oregano we planted. There it's thyme. Also, we use thyme many times along with oregano. Down there is like asparagus. This is what do you call it? I don't know the name of it in English. Behind is a peach tree. Okay, more vines here. And look at this. It's the first time I see this. This is a artichoke. Look at the color. Very interesting. You should try to come here on your honeymoon and stay in this little guest house. Wake up in the morning and we cook breakfast for you with fresh eggs, fresh tomatoes, fresh and organic everything. And then you go to the pool down there, you take a nice dip, and then you go to the sea. You come back, you have a nice snack. This is a chestnut tree. So, if you plan on getting married, just come and do your honeymoon here. There's more oregano here. A fig tree and gladioli. This fig tree is going crazy. Growing every day practically, but it's surrounded by gladioli and I have to loosen it up a bit. Okay. Okay, this is mostly a propagation area. We plant things here. You can see this is mint, regular mint. This is thyme. All these are fig trees. Fig trees, fig trees. Some orange trumpet. This is rosemary. Olive trees. Our barbecue. Yum. And the little greenhouse. Lemon trees. Greek lemons are out of this world. And here we grow them ourselves. This little thing is a mango tree. God knows how it's going to grow. I've never grown one before. It's more lemon trees, clementine trees, clementine. The greenhouse. Another angle. And this is it basically. So this is it. I'm exhausted. It's very hot here, but so you saw practically everything. As you can see, it's small, but it's pretty big. I mean, we can grow practically everything. This is not really made for commercial enterprise or anything like that. Yeah, we try to sell things just to make ends meet, but practically everything we need is here. And of course, we make our own bread, we make our own pasta, we make incredible sweets, we make cheesecakes and ice cream to die for. And this is our existence up in the middle of nowhere. So goodbye, and we'll see you again. If you have any questions or anything like that, again, leave a comment or whatever. And like every other YouTuber always bugs you with like us and subscribe and all this bull. So see you again soon. Bye bye.